Rasheed Wallace was one of the most unique and polarizing players of his generation. A versatile power forward known for his skill, fiery temperament, and legendary run-ins with officials, Wallace's career spanned across 4 NBA teams. From his early days in Portland to his championship-winning years in Detroit, Rasheed left a lasting impact. But the question remains, did his behavior on the court hurt his legacy, or is he among the greatest power forwards of all time? Let's take a look back at his career. Rasheed Wallace's NBA journey began in 1995, when he was drafted by the Washington Bullets, now the Wizards, with the 4th overall pick. His early years in Washington were solid, but it was his trade to the Portland Trail Blazers in 1996 that truly launched his career. In Portland, Wallace became a key player for a team that was constantly in the mix for a championship. He averaged double digits in points, showing off his smooth shooting stroke, post moves, and defensive prowess. Wallace made his first All-Star appearance in 2000, helping lead the Blazers to the Western Conference Finals. His combination of size, skill, and range made him a nightmare matchup for opposing teams. But that same fire that fueled his game also caused problems. Wallace was infamous for his technical fouls. He had a reputation for arguing with refs and, more often than not, would pick up a tech for a reaction, whether it was a bad call or just his fiery nature. In fact, Rasheed Wallace holds the record for the most technical fouls in a single season with 41, a number that highlights his intense, but sometimes uncontrollable, temperament. But for all the controversy, his talent was undeniable. In 2004, Wallace was traded to the Detroit Pistons, and that's when his career reached its peak. The Pistons, already a strong team led by Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, and Ben Wallace, were looking for a final piece to put them over the top. Rasheed fit the bill perfectly. His presence on both ends of the floor helped Detroit win the NBA championship in 2004, as they stunned the heavily favored Los Angeles Lakers in the finals. Wallace was a key contributor, providing scoring, defense, and leadership, while his ability to stretch the floor with his shooting made him a perfect fit for Detroit's defense-first mentality. While his time in Detroit included a second All-Star appearance, Rasheed's reputation for technical fouls didn't disappear. He remained one of the most volatile players in the league, but his impact on the court couldn't be denied. In Detroit, he helped form one of the most well-rounded teams in recent memory. After his time with the Pistons, Wallace's career took a bit of a dip. He played 2 seasons with the Boston Celtics from 2009 to 2010, where he reached another NBA Finals, though they fell short to the Los Angeles Lakers. His tenure in Boston was brief but marked by some of his most professional moments, as he embraced a smaller, more team-oriented role. He also had a short stint with the New York Knicks in 2012 before retiring from the game. Despite not having a long second act, Wallace's legacy as a force on both ends of the floor endured. By the end of his 16-year career, Wallace had amassed impressive statistics. He averaged 14.4 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks per game. He was known for his ability to stretch the floor as a big man, shooting 34% from three-point range during his career. Wallace was a 4-time All-Star, 1-time NBA champion, and a 2-time All-NBA defensive team member. His defensive ability, particularly as a shot blocker and versatile defender, was a huge asset to every team he played for. However, despite his talent, Rasheed Wallace's behavior is often what people remember the most. His numerous technical fouls and confrontations with referees have left a shadow over his legacy. The NBA even began monitoring his on-court behavior, but despite the fines and suspensions, Wallace's competitive nature didn't change. This raises the question, where does Rasheed Wallace stand among the all-time great power forwards? On one hand, you have a guy who was integral to a championship team, a versatile player with both offensive and defensive skills, and someone who could dominate a game without needing to score 30 points. On the other hand, you have a player who was sometimes more known for his outbursts than his on-court accomplishments. Is he a Hall of Famer? It's a tough debate. But even if he never makes it, there's no doubt that Rasheed Wallace's career is one to be remembered, both for his immense talent and his emotional intensity. So, where does Rasheed Wallace rank among the greatest power forwards of all time? Some may argue that his behavior and the technical fouls will prevent him from being recognized as one of the elite, but the impact he had on the court, especially in Detroit, makes a strong case for his place in history. He wasn't always easy to like, but you couldn't help but admire his game. What do you think? Did Rasheed Wallace's attitude hold him back from being considered a true all-time great? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on your favorite NBA legends. Catch you in the next one.